All right, everyone, so getting straight into this, we're going to start off with the build of these devices. And first and foremost, starting off with the Galaxy A57, we're going to have a little bit of a more premium build right here. We do have a Gorilla Glass Victus Plus back on this device and a Gorilla Glass Victus Plus front on this device. And we have an all-metal unibody design on this as well. So this is going to have a metal chassis, while the Moto G Stylus 2026 is going to have a plastic chassis. However, the back of this device is in this beautiful vegan leather right here, so it is going to feel nice to the touch. And overall, I feel like the Moto G Stylus 2026 feels like a more natural, more comfortable phone in the hand. But the Galaxy A57 is just going to be built with more of a premium material in mind right here. So as far as the build goes, it could go either way. I feel like the Moto G Stylus has a better feel overall, but the build's going to have to go to the Galaxy A57 right here. And getting into the IP certifications, we have an IP68 water and dust resistance on the A57. And on the G Stylus right here, we actually have an IP68 and IP69 dust tight and water resistance on this. So we have IP69 on this, and the A57 does not have IP69. So I feel like the Moto G Stylus right here is going to be a little bit more rugged than the Galaxy A57 overall. Also, we have Gorilla Glass 3 on the front of the Moto G Stylus 2026, so of course it's going to pale in comparison to something like Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. Both devices have nano SIM and of course eSIM capabilities as well. However, only one of these devices actually has a stylus, and that's going to be the biggest decision you're going to be making in purchasing one of these devices. Is if you need to do something with the stylus right here, we have a brand new active stylus in the Moto G Stylus 2026. It does give us a little button right there that we can press. It gives us a cursor on the display as well, so we get a bunch of new features on here. So if you guys are, someone that needs to do business with that stylus, you like drawing, you're an animator, you're an artist, you're in college, you need to take notes and stuff like that, or you're just used to using a stylus wielding device, the Moto G Stylus is probably going to be the better build for you just because it gives you a stylus under there. The Galaxy A57 doesn't have anything tucked into the bottom of the phone. Getting into the displays on these devices, the Galaxy A57 has a Super AMOLED Plus display, a 120Hz refresh rate. We also have 1900 nits peak brightness, a 6.7-inch display at that, an 88.8% screen to body ratio, and our resolution is going to be 1080 by 2340 with a 385 ppi. Now getting into the Moto G Stylus right here, we have an AMOLED display. It's not going to be Super AMOLED or even Super AMOLED Plus, but the colors look really nice on this. However, the colors are not going to look as good as the Galaxy A57. The majority of people, though, are going to be happy. We're going to have a 120Hz refresh rate on this device, though. We're going to have HDR compatibility, no HDR10 Plus like we have on the A57. But we do have a 5000 nits peak brightness on this compared to the Galaxy A57's 1900 nits peak brightness. We also have a 6.7-inch display, the same size as the Galaxy A57, with about a 89% screen to body ratio. And for a resolution, we're going to have a 1220 by 2712 resolution. As for the PPI, instead of 385, we're going to have a much higher PPI on this at 444. So a much more pixel dense display on the Moto G Stylus 2026. However, I'd say in real world use, the Galaxy A57's display looks a little bit better. Next, getting into the platforms on these devices, the Galaxy A57 has Android 16 out of the box, but this has 6 years of operating system updates, and the Moto G Stylus only has 2 years of operating system updates. So kind of weird right there. Not really cool. Motorola kind of left us hanging with those 2 years of operating system updates. But if you're not going to use this for more than 4 years, then it's not going to be a big deal for most of you. On the A57, we're going to have the Exynos 1680, and on the Moto G Stylus, we're going to have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. Both are going to be 4nm chipsets. However, the Galaxy A57, with its brand new Exynos 1680, is going to have the more powerful chipset. It is going to outperform the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, and 7 Gen 3, and benchmarks offering a higher GPU frequency and better AI capabilities. But when we look at the actual benchmarks, it's not anything crazy compared to the Moto G Stylus right here. It's not going to be a huge difference in general, but I was hoping that the Motorola was going to come out with a 7 series processor instead of the 6. Because the Exynos 1680 is kind of more closely related to the Snapdragon 7 series. One of the big deals on these devices, though, is the Moto G Stylus is going to have a headphone jack, and the Galaxy A57 does not. The other pretty wild thing is the Moto G Stylus does actually have SD card expansion up to 1 terabyte. So you don't have to stay with the 128 gigs that it comes with. You can actually expand your storage via micro SD card, and you can't do that in the Galaxy A57. Also, talking about storage and RAM, both of these devices are going to have a base variant of 128 gigabytes of internal storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Getting into the cameras on these devices, both devices are going to be able to shoot at 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 60 frames per second. The Galaxy A57 is going to have a 12 megapixel wide angle camera for its front facing camera, and the Moto G Stylus is going to have a 32 megapixel front facing camera that's going to be wide angle as well. And when we get into the rear facing cameras, the Galaxy A57 is going to have one more camera, so a triple camera setup on the A57. The main is going to be a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. Our secondary is going to be a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and our third is going to be a 5 megapixel macro. Going over to the Moto G Stylus right here, our main is going to be a 50 megapixel wide angle camera, and our secondary is going to be a 13 megapixel ultra wide. So we don't get a macro lens, a telephoto lens, or any of that on here. And as far as the quality of both of these sensors, they're both from Sony. Of course, the A57 is going to have the IMX 906, and the Moto G Stylus is going to have the Lydia 700C, and these are essentially equivalent 50 megapixel sensors right here. So of course, they're going to be made for mid-range to higher end mid-range devices, and overall I feel like they're going to have their own process of what they do with their photos, what the software does inside of each of these systems. I feel like, of course, the Galaxy A57 is going to be a little bit better in the video end of stuff. I don't think it's going to be that much better though. When we get into the photos though, of course we're going to have punchier photos, more bright photos and stuff like that, kind of a little more blown out proportion than the Moto G Stylus. So I feel like you get more of a natural photo on the Moto G Stylus compared to the Galaxy A57 overall. But these are essentially pretty matched sensors overall, so you're not going to go wrong with either one of them. Both devices have pretty solid stereo speakers. However, I feel like these stereo speakers on the Moto G Stylus do sound a little bit better than the Galaxy A57. So we're probably going to get a better overall experience on the Moto G Stylus. Also, we have Dolby Atmos on the Moto G Stylus as well, compared to the A57, where we don't see it at all. But the charging rate is where we see a pretty solid difference. Now, the Galaxy A57 is going to come equipped with a 5,000 milliamp battery and a 45 watt wired charge. We're not going to have wireless charging on this device though. But when we get into the Moto G Stylus right here, we're going to have a 5,200 milliamp battery compared to 5,000, a 68 watt wired charging rate compared to 45 that we got on the A57, and a 15 watt wireless charging rate on this as well. So the Moto G Stylus has 15 watt wireless charging, or just wireless charging in general, and the Galaxy A57 does not. So very, very big ups to Motorola for implementing wireless charging on their device. Samsung is lagging so behind with their mid-range devices on that. They need to fix that. And of course, the price tags on both these devices, the Galaxy A57 is about $549 currently, and the Moto G Stylus 2026 retails for $499. And with each of these devices, you get your respective gifts and inclusions from different companies, whether you're buying it from Best Buy, you're getting a gift card, or you're getting it from the Motorola website and you're getting Moto tags and stuff like that. So whatever the better deal is for you guys, of course, go ahead and take that. But if you are in need of a stylus, I feel like your choice is going to be obvious here. The Moto G Stylus 2026 is going to be the device to get if you need a stylus. If you don't want a stylus overall, the Galaxy A57 is pretty solid. But yeah, those are the differences right there. I feel like the really big differences is that we get wireless charging on the Moto G Stylus right here. That's one of the really cool things that we get inside of here. And we get the inclusion of a stylus as well. Now, as far as the performance goes, I don't really think you're going to see much of a difference between both of the processors. However, the Galaxy A57 does have 6 years of operating system updates. So if you're looking for longevity and you want to hold on to a device for more than 5 years, the A57 may be the device that you should get instead of the Moto G Stylus. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This was the comparison of the A57 and the Moto G Stylus 2026. Let me know what you guys would pick in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have a beautiful day. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.